Hey all, I've just recorded a couple, 12 to be exact, square one walkthrough solves where I don't do anything fancy, just standard CS, CO, EO, CP, EP. It's mainly for Charlie Eggins and Jacob Joshi for you guys because they were asking me about like what it takes to be sub 15 on square one, so I'm just showing here with a 10.6 average of 12 that you don't really have to do that much to in terms of fancy things to get sub 15. And yeah, if you know me, you know my square one is an actual potato and you can't actually turn fast on it, so like, just further proves my point. But anyways, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for the first solve, I had this cube shape. It's pair 3 shoot 1. So I do this by taking this L and that L, and then this pair and this pair, to do 2 slices into shield square, just like this. Make shield square, and solve shield square. And then I just have CO, which is easy. I solve white top, by the way. And then EO, which is easy. And then CP, so D2, and then JJ. And then I just have a U-pub on bottom. Okay, so this is a second solve. Here I have shield, which is a very easy 3-slicer. So I just do this and then solve shield, and then CO, EO, right, and then CP, which is just JJ, and then EP, which is just M2 to M2, which is, so I have bad U-perm, so that's just M2 to M2, and then which is off, and then edge. Okay, so this is the third scramble. It's scallop pawn. So I do this by pairing this into 5-1 in pair, like that, and then that becomes 2 slices to kite scallop, which I then solve. Now I have CO, EO, and then CP, which is single join bottom. Remember, I want to preserve blocks. And then good U-perms, which very easy 5-slicer, you should know. Okay, so here is the fourth scramble. It's this 5-1 and pair. So I did this by doing this to pair this pair and this line to make scallop kite, and I did scallop kite in the back. And then here it's CO, EO, and then CP, preserve this block. And then I have add U, so I just did add U. Okay, this is the fifth scramble. It's a pawn fist, and so this is the pawn fist where you can't do one slice here into square shield because you get square scallop, which isn't very good. So this one you do by basically separating this pair and this L in two slices to good pawn. So, and then I did that, and then CO, EO, and then CP, preserve blocks, and then EP. Okay, this here is the sixth solve. Here I have a barrel shield. So I just go two slices to like that to scallop, and I do scallop in the back, and then CO, EO, and then CP, and then EP, which is good double U perms here. Okay, this is the seventh scramble. Here I have a 3-3 pair. So I do this by basically putting the pair here, like that, and making muffin and shield. But I messed this up a bit here, so I fumbled around, but basically what you want to do is then, this is one slice to scallop kite. This pair pairs with that pair, this pair goes with this. Oh, and here we have kite scallop, and I did kite scallop in the back. And then CO, EO, and then CP, simple, and then here I have UAD, which I highly recommend you use. It's incredibly useful for parity EPs, and that solves the cube. Okay, this is the eighth solve. I have barrel scallop, and the way you solve this is you just slice down the middle of the scallop, and you slice down the middle here of this way, lengthwise, of the barrel, and that's one slice to shield. So then you solve shield, and then from here I just did CO, and then EO, and then just do CP and preserve blocks as your best bet, and then you have a single U-perm. And okay, here is the ninth scramble. It's a scallop shield, so what you do is just take the shield ones and pair them into a scallop, so we have scallop, and then from here, then we have CO, and then we have this here. And from there, we can do a CP. Now, here's a p-perm. You have this block, and then also this block. And a quirk of the p-perm is that, depending on where you do a j-perm on it, so do your CP on it, you can either get an edge by basically preserving this part of this block, or if you almost think of it as breaking up this block here and preserving that block, you can get an op. So in this solve, I opted for getting an edge, a single edge, and then here we have edge and nothing, so that's just the standard, so to speak, single edge parity out. Okay, here is the 10th scramble. It's 5-1 L. You do this by taking this L to make scallop kite, and then you solve scallop kite, and then there's CO, EO, and then I did a CP, it's just a single n-perm on top, and then I have UZ, which is just edge, and then edge. Very simple. Alright, this is the 11th scramble. Very simple, it's shield square. So that's just 3 slices, you should know this, and then CO, and then EO, and then here you do CP, and you want to preserve the blocks again, just as a general rule of thumb. And here we have edge op, which I know a 7 slicer for. You may or may not, I recommend you learn it, it's alright. Goes like that. Alright, this is the 12th scramble. It's pair and then 4-2. So you want to solve this just by pairing this pair up with that pair, and then you get scallop, so just like this, and then that's scallop, solve scallop, then you have CO, just doing that, EO, and then CP. There's no blocks on bottom, but there are blocks on top, so you want to preserve them, obviously. And then EP, this is edge W. In this case, I highly recommend you learn. It's incredibly useful, and it's pretty simple. 7 slices, and that solves it. Okay, so that was a 10.60 square one average of 12 that I then broke down and walked through for you, using not much more than just like standard optimal cube shape, and then CO, EO, CP, EP, nothing fancy. I think the most fanciest algs I use in there are like edge op and edge W, which I think you all should learn if you're trying to get to like the lower 10-second mark. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching. Hope this helped.